Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Style Speaks. My name is Ronald Bird and I am your host today on a beautiful sunny afternoon, Howard University, Shaw neighborhood of Washington, D.C. I have a very special guest here to talk to us today who's going to share some of her story and what she's working on. TatianaKolina. Tatiana, how are you? She said I could call her Tati, so how are you?
Thank you, I'm very good.
Great. Tell us, where are you from, Tati?
I was born in St. Petersburg, Russia.
St. Petersburg, Russia? You're a long way from home.
Yes, I am.
Well, how long have you been in this country?
I have been here since 1991, so that would be, let's see.
You want to do the math?
No, 22 years.
Wow, that's a long time. You almost could say you're a native now. Well, how long have you been in this part of town? How long have you been in this area?
In Washington, D.C., I have been here since 1996.
1996? So obviously you like it and you're going to stay a while, right?
A while, yes.
Well, Tati, I know you're a designer. I know a lot of things about you, but I want to give you an opportunity to talk to the audience about what you're doing and what you're working on. You have some really special talents and some special skills. But first, before we get into that, I love your look today.
Thank you.
Definitely. You definitely came dressed for the occasion, very chic. And while we're on the subject of being chic, since you've been here in the nation's capital, how do you deem Washington, D.C. as being fashion forward, or do you tend to find in your travels about the street that people are paying attention to how they look?
Washington, D.C. is a very special city. It's not like San Francisco or St. Petersburg, where I spent many years.
Okay.
But it has its own character, definitely. It's very international city. It's a little bit conservative. It needs a little bit.
Oh, don't say that conservative. Don't say the C word. No, she said the C word. Go ahead.
Oh, it needs a little bit of work, and that's why I think that Spacey Cloud is going to bring colors. And
Okay.
I think it's a perfect place for my brand.
Okay, and that's your brand, Spacey Cloud. Okay, great. Well, before we get into Spacey Cloud, based on what you do and your creations and your designs, what gives you your inspiration? What made you decide to go into this field?
My inspiration is nature. It's very unpredictable, and it doesn't follow any rules. It doesn't follow trends. It just does things out of its own heart and what it feels like, and that's what I am. I like to do things from the bottom of my heart, and I don't follow any trends. So I like to be like nature, unpredictable and fun and creative.
All right, well, we definitely see that side of you. Well, tell us a little bit about your creations and what they stand for.
Well, I guess I spent many years in St. Petersburg, which is a very dark city, and we only have in St. Petersburg approximately 70 sunny days out of the year. So you get to appreciate blue sky.
Okay.
And so many days you don't have a blue sky, so you have to be imaginative.
Okay.
So that's why I have so much of blue color in my collection. And also I spent several years in San Francisco, California, and I got inspired by characters like Jimi Hendrix and
Great. That was my next question, so I can move on. Go ahead.
Bob Marley, Tracy Chapman, and John Lennon, and just spending time there and being of that hippie-inspired city, it made me very inspired in my collection.
So it sounds like you're a little music enthusiast too. You named a lot of musicians, so that's a lot of your inspiration. Well, what made you feel that this was something, I mean, we all kind of have our own, I guess, niche creativity, if you will. Well, what made you wanted to go into this professionally and say, well, I want to make money doing this. Oh, this is something that I want to do, as a profession.
Well, I think besides being a designer, I'm also an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I always have new ideas, and I maybe approximately 5 years ago, I decided to experiment with textiles. I designed my own textiles, and I love textures.
Okay.
And I started to experiment, and I created a couple of jackets for my daughter, made out of paper type of material.
Wow.
And I created wedding dresses, and then I went into shoe design. So I'm all over the place.
I see. Did you create any of the things that you're wearing?
Not today, but I just did that.
You just, well, I could definitely, I love it. I love your creative side. Well, well, while we're talking about you, do you consider yourself, you definitely don't follow any rules, you kind of make your own standards when it comes to your own creations, but when you're shopping about in the stores and you're not wearing your own stuff, how do you view yourself? Do you think you're a fashion conscious person, or do you follow that, or do you have to kind of be, in the know, you want to know what's hot and what's not? Or is that something that you just don't even pay attention to?
No, I don't.
Totally not.
I just see it. It's like from the heart. My instinct and my heart tells me I want that, and there's no explanation.
She said a done deal. She said a done deal on that. Oh, well, what are some of the designers? I mean, you had some musical inspirations, but I mean, of course, I mean, you kind of Betsy. I'm seeing a little Betsy Johnson there, or whatever. So, I mean, is there some designers that you kind of like that you look forward to sporting?
Yes, my favorite designer is Vivienne Westwood.
Okay.
And I love her artwork, but I also love her being active in the world. She's very passionate about helping children and helping our environment.
Okay.
And that's what I like about anybody. It's not just being, showing yourself and how beautiful you are and you're showing off your work, but also you have to show me what do you do.
Okay.
How much do you give back to your community? That's
very great. Well, I see you do a lot of that, and to touch a little bit on that, I know there's some skateboarding going on. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, several months ago I created a skate girls tribe.
This lady is busy. She does almost everything. I don't know how she makes the time for it, but anyway.
So basically, we are creating skate events for girls in DMV. And we had a couple of events already. First event was for foster children in Washington, D.C.
Wonderful.
And we had several girls coming, and we all had a great time, and everybody said, hey, we want to do it again. And we actually got sponsored by Tony Hawk Foundation.
Okay.
They sent us a huge box with helmets and pads, safety gear.
Wonderful.
And we're going to create many events. We're going to be doing it on a regular basis. And our next event is going to be on May 12th. We're going to do Bridge Spot skating park, where we're going to do graffiti. And it's actually Alvas is another organization that we're working with. And they're going to create a new graffiti in the park, skating park, and we're going to bring the skating component to it.
Wow.
And we're also going to be part of a very, very big event that's called Skate of the Union event. It's on June 21st, 23rd. And I'm actually on the planning committee for the skating component of the entire weekend.
Wonderful. Well, how do you find time to just chill with all your schedule? I think it's really great. I had a chance to go online, and we're going to give you an opportunity to tell people how to get to some of these events and where to find you. But it's really fantastic, and I really appreciate you taking your time out today to come and speaking to me and our audience, because I really think you do some really great things. Well, for the kids who get involved in it, how would one go about trying to be a part of the organization? Or is it funneled through certain agencies in the city?
No, it's open to all.
Okay.
It's we can be found on Facebook, Skate Girls Tribe. We have a website, skategirlstribe.com.
Okay, say that again.
Skategirlstribe.com.
Okay.
And yes, we're just gonna by ear, and we're going to have flyers. We're gonna announce the following 2 events all over the city. We're gonna have a big team of people who are helping us.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Well, I want to make sure you just gave that event out, but do you have a website? Do you have people, if people want to come find you and want to hear more about what you're doing, let everybody know.
We are located on www.spacycloud.com. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/SpacyCloud, and also facebook.com/Skate Girls Tribe. And also watch out for us. Our collection is going to be featured at Vans World Tour 2013. And let's see. I think that's it.
You think that's it? That's enough to keep you busy for a while. Well, thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me.
Thank you so much.
All right, and have a great time. Definitely. All right, well, thank you. That's another edition of Style Speaks, and we'll talk. Oh, come back. Another edition of Style Speaks, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks.